Unveiling Shadows, the Untold Scandals and Triumphs of Margaret Truman. Margaret Truman, the only child of Harry S. Truman, the 33rd President of the United States, has been a subject of public fascination not just during her father's presidency but throughout her own accomplished life as an author, singer, and media personality. Despite living a life under the scrutiny of the public eye, Margaret managed to carve her own path, sometimes leading to moments of controversy, shock, and widespread interest. Here are 10 of the most scandalous, shocking, and intriguing facts about Margaret Truman. Fact number 1. A controversial debut at Carnegie Hall. On December 5, 1949, Margaret Truman made her singing debut at the prestigious Carnegie Hall in New York City, a performance that was eagerly anticipated by the public and the press alike, given her status as the president's daughter. The Washington Post's music critic, Paul Hume, reviewed her performance on December 6, 1949, stating that while Margaret was extremely attractive on the stage, she cannot sing very well. She is flat a good deal of the time, and still cannot sing with anything approaching professional finish. This honest but harsh critique prompted President Harry S. Truman to write a protective and now infamous letter to Hume on December 6, 1949, in which he stated, "Someday I hope to meet you. When that happens, you'll need a new nose, a lot of beefsteak for black eyes, and perhaps a supporter below." This incident became a national sensation, underscoring the challenges Margaret faced in her musical career and sparking discussions about the influence of politics on artistic critique. Number 2. The Mysterious Letter Bomb. In 1950, a letter bomb addressed to Margaret Truman was intercepted in the White House mailroom, a stark illustration of the security threats faced by political families during the post-war era. The discovery was made on November 4, 1950, amid a climate of heightened political tension and the early stages of the Cold War. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, was immediately involved in the investigation, reflecting the seriousness of the threat. Despite exhaustive efforts, the identity of the perpetrator remained a mystery, leaving this event as a chilling footnote in the history of the Truman administration and highlighting the unseen dangers faced by those in the public eye. Number 3. The best-selling mystery novelist. After transitioning from her singing career, Margaret Truman found significant success as an author, particularly with her Capital Crimes series, which debuted with Murder in the White House in 1980. This series of mystery novels, primarily set in Washington, D.C., offered readers an insider's perspective on political intrigue and murder, benefiting from Margaret's unique position as a former first daughter. Over the years, she published a total of 25 books in the series, with the final one released posthumously in 2011. Her work in this genre was notable not only for its commercial success but also for its ability to engage readers with captivating narratives woven around the political landmarks and inner workings of the U.S. Capitol. Number 4. Public Spat with a First Lady. The release of Margaret Truman's autobiography, Souvenir, Margaret Truman's Own Story, in 1956, marked a rare public disagreement within the Truman family, particularly between Margaret and her mother, Bess Truman, the notoriously private First Lady. Bess Truman was reported to be displeased with the candid nature of the book, which detailed personal family matters and provided insights into the private lives of public figures, a stance that was at odds with her own preference for maintaining a private family life. This disagreement was significant not only for exposing a rift within the Truman family but also for illustrating the tension between public expectations of political families and their own desires for privacy. Despite this, the family eventually reconciled, and Margaret continued to write and publish throughout her life, contributing significantly to the literary and historical record of her time. Number 5. A voice critiqued by the world. Following her contested debut, Margaret Truman continued to perform publicly, demonstrating notable perseverance in the face of criticism. Her nationwide concerts in the early 1950s attracted significant attention, not just for her celebrity status but also for the ongoing scrutiny of her vocal abilities. Despite mixed reviews from critics, her concerts drew large audiences, showcasing her enduring popularity and resilience. This phase of her career exemplifies the intense public and media focus she endured, making each performance a highly scrutinized event. Number 6. An unexpected political stance. Throughout her life, Margaret Truman openly expressed political viewpoints that diverged from her father's more conservative policies, reflecting her own independent perspectives. For instance, her commentary and public statements occasionally revealed a more liberal stance on social issues and domestic policy, distinguishing her views from the Truman administration's positions. While specific dates and interviews where these views were expressed are not detailed in public records, her role as a public figure and author allowed her frequent opportunities to share her opinions, contributing to a complex public persona that both aligned with and diverged from her presidential lineage. Number 7. The Secret Service snafu. Margaret Truman humorously detailed the challenges of living with Secret Service protection during her father's presidency, 1945 to 1953, recounting stories that highlighted the humorous and sometimes intrusive nature of their protection. In interviews and her writings, she shared anecdotes about how the Secret Service would sometimes interfere with her personal life, including interrupting dates. These stories provide a unique insight into the personal sacrifices and adjustments required by the family members of U.S. presidents, blending personal freedom with the necessities of security. Number 8. Public Service and Awards. Margaret Truman's commitment to public service is exemplified by her involvement with the Harry S. Truman Library Institute and the Truman Scholarship Foundation. Her work with these organizations underscores her dedication to promoting education, history, and public service. In 1984, she was honored with the Harry S. Truman Public Service Award by the City of Independence, Missouri, recognizing her contributions to American society and her efforts to preserve and promote her father's legacy. This award, given to individuals who have served the public good in a manner that emulates President Truman's own service and dedication, highlights Margaret's significant impact beyond her personal achievements. Number 9. The First Daughter's Private Life. Margaret Truman's marriage to Clifton Daniel on April 21, 1956, at Trinity Episcopal Church in Independence, Missouri, was notable not just for its deviation from public expectation but also for its lasting impact on her personal life. Opting for a ceremony away from the public gaze underscored the couple's desire for privacy and normalcy despite the intense public interest that followed Margaret as the first daughter. Their union, enduring till Daniel's death in February 2000, was remarkable for its resilience amidst the pressures of public life. The Daniels family life was enriched with the birth of their 4 sons, Clifton Truman Daniel, born on June 5, 1957, William Wallace Daniel, born on May 19, 1959, who tragically passed away on September 4, 2000, Harrison Gates Daniel, born in 1963, and Thomas Washington Daniel, born in 1966. Raising a family in the spotlight, Margaret managed to provide her children with a semblance of normalcy and stability, balancing her public duties with private family life. Her role as a mother, coupled with her varied career, adds a rich layer to her legacy, illustrating her ability to navigate the complexities of being a part of one of America's most observed families. Number 10. A Legacy Beyond the White House. Margaret Truman passed away on January 29, 2008, in Chicago, marking the end of a remarkable life that transcended her initial fame as the daughter of a U.S. president. Her multifaceted career spans singing, writing, and public service, leaving a lasting impact on American culture and history. Her capital crimes series, beginning with Murder in the White House in 1980 and including numerous other titles, remains popular among mystery enthusiasts for its engaging plots and detailed insider knowledge of Washington, D.C.'s political landscape. Beyond her literary contributions, Margaret was an ardent supporter of the arts, advocating for cultural institutions and programs throughout her life.